Welcome to Verbalpic Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. Like to welcome you all to the show. Look, I'm just giving you all a brief synopsis on what Verbalpic Radio is, so we can all ride together, and I'd like to welcome all the new subscribers that recently joined on to Verbalpic Radio, right? We understand that black people in particular come from many tribes. Whether you came here on the slave ship from Africa and was forced labor to help build the Americas, whether you were black Native Americans that was already here who was forced into labor to help build America, whether you were the Moors after the defeat 1492 in Granada in Spain and came over to the Americas after a period of time, you also was forced into doing labor to help build America, right? Whether you coming from Brazil, Panama, Dominican, Veracruz, Mexico, any part of the Central and South Americas, you experience some form of racism. Now, on this show, we take all these different everyday people experiences and let them give their account of what they experienced in life and share it. And why do we do that? Because there's more people out there who thinks the same way so they can connect. Then we'll have somebody on the show from a different tribe, and they express their views and opinions. Why? Because there's more people who think just like them that's out there. And so with all these different guests and experiences and ideologies, as we present them to the general public, here in Americas and abroad, then people will find that common denominator that they can unite upon. Because that's the key, unity. Trying to find a way we can unify and collectively use our economic powers to create heaven on earth for ourselves. What's the problem and why it's taking so long? One is fear, right? Because we still got that old slave master gonna come get us if we participate or if we listen to this or if we do that, right? And that's one of the reasons I put out the NFAC rally in Lafayette, the documentary that you can find on Verbalpic Radio on YouTube. And you can watch the whole, hour and 53 minutes. The reason why I put that out is because the ideology behind the movement. I mean, a black militia armed, that's something that America produced out of its ugly and horrific history on dealing with melanated people in America, right? Because we learned, damn, Black Wall Street, what if they had a military defense with weapons that was ready to fight to protect the business? As Mr. Farrakhan stated, business is warfare, right? So the documentary was based upon the need, right, of taking care of a need, because we need that. We need a force to protect black people against proven racism that's been proven that it can get deadly and violent, right? We can just go back through history. It's a pattern. Hell, you can just go back to the Capitol building, right? Now, speaking on the Capitol building on January 6th, the insurrection, right? White purity was forced down the throats of black people. But no longer should we see a person being pure just because they white, especially when they was urinating, defecating all through the building. That was an act of savagery. So It's no need to say, look at a person just because they white and say, oh, you pure and I must respect you and obey you and your word is law, which you finding out that they force that bullshit down our throat for the sole purpose of making us one obedient, loyal, and to accept that imagery of the white Jesus. We understand the game now. But what we lacking as a people is economic unity. And certain fields of study that we have to go into. You got to get into psychology, right? And whether it's, it doesn't matter the field of psychology. You got to get into it because you have to protect your mind. We need doctors, true. We need lawyers, true. We need geologists, true. We need engineers, true. We need skilled builders, true. We need, and you name it. You name it, we need it, right? So when you go to school and you're trying to further your education so you can build up your wealth, right? Get into different fields. We need archaeologists. For forensics. We need, we need people who can work on your air conditioners and your water heaters and your heat. And so we need everything, right? Plumbers, just throw it out there, we need it, right? Okay. Now that we got that established, we need land. We need to build on that land once we get the land. We need pipe layers, brick layers, so forth. But on top of all that, we do need a moral code of conduct so we can work in harmony. Let's put it like this. So we can really be secured and relax and know that the work that we're doing, we're getting to the goal, but we're getting to the goal harmoniously. We're not just doing it in vain. And somebody like a preacher waiting to collect all the money and then leave the people with nothing. We're not doing that or dealing with that at all. Everybody getting their fair share. They getting what they deserve. What does it say? You don't work, you don't eat. All that goes together. And speaking of such, this show understands universal laws. We understand what goes up must come down, right? We understand that in the beginning was the Word. We understand that karmatic law. We understand all the universal laws. We understand the law of consequence. So at the end of the day, when we speaking on ideas and ideologies and opinions and our beliefs and how we see things and how we think things should go, that's fine. But at the end of the day, universal law still be in effect. It was in effect before we was born. It's going to be in effect after we leave this planet. So we can't get mad if we differ with someone on how they see something, right? Because we all haven't shared the same life experience, right? But if you know where you're going and you're confident within yourself, I don't care what somebody say or try to do. You're not getting off your path because you know that that's the road to receiving your prize for all your hard work and efforts you put forth off on this planet, in this universe. So you don't give a damn what nobody else have to say or think if it's not part of your mathematical equation to solve your specific problem that pertains to you. You dig what I'm saying? So it don't matter what somebody else's viewpoint is, or unless you can extract something out of their viewpoint to add to what you already have, to advance what you have further, right? And then how do you thank them? They might have a cash app, or you might mention their name, or somewhat, mention their business and what, or tell the people the source where you got it from. so you can shine light upon them as well, and you keep on moving. You know, that's being honorable. What else about this show? This is a freedom show. Now, I get a lot of time people say, man, you gotta put out your Cash App for donations, and I don't do it often. Every now and then, once in a while, I give it out. You know, when people ask for it and tell me to announce it, because that's the universe trying to tell me something. So the universe trying to tell me something. The Cash App is the $ Verbalpic Radio, just like it's on YouTube. VERBALPIC Radio. And I thank y'all in advance for those who give, and for those who gave in the past, man. I really appreciate that. But the show is bigger than that. This show is bigger than likes and views and all of that, because you know we're not trying to cross over and become mainstream, right? We want to keep it as real as possible and share information with you all that can help better your lives. And so when we do shows like I did the part 1 of the political history of the devil, right? To give you all an outline in the minds of the way the European was thinking at the time when they was shaping and building this thing that we see today. Let's put it like that. And so we'll go to the root cause or the foundation building on why things are, so you can make a better decision on where you're going, because you know where you've been. You can say, okay, well, look, okay, I see why so-and-so was done and why they did it this way. Okay, let me see, how can I align with what I'm doing? How can I align with what I'm doing with the foundation and the way things is set and come out ahead? Because I might be fighting against the grain. I might be fighting against something that was established, etched in stone, and the wave and current is going this way, and I'm trying to swim upstream when the current is flowing downstream without actually knowing why was it positioned this way. And, you know, it can help you make a better decision. So that's some of the things we do on this show. We interview everyday people, real live people, to tell you their experience. Because sometimes people will tell you where they went wrong. And you might be in that very same predicament, and they telling you where they went wrong and how they corrected it. And it can save you from falling into a pit hole. You dig what I'm saying? So that's the purpose of Verbalpic Radio. But I thank everybody, man, that listens. Check us out on Instagram. Check out NFAC Rising. Shout out to A-Tone Productions, High Frequency, FlexNet. Everybody that's out there that's doing something that's making it happen. You know what I mean? Shout out to Malmedy, Castorani Pass, South Fleet, you know what I'm saying? Doolittle, Dippy, you know, MLK, you know, just, and all my friends worldwide, man. You know, I thank you for your listenership, man. What's up, Pokey? You know what I'm saying? For helping me market some of my materials, i.e. whether it be some of my documentaries or clothing wear or whatnot, moving it through different states. So we appreciate that. Shout out to Jeopardy. Shout out to Queen P, Laura Nicole. Shout out to Sister Pebbles. You heard her on the show quite a bit. Brother Nasir, you know, we keep it going. Shout out to Northside Outlaws, you know, and they say in his success with Spice One. Yeah, as I state, This show is just about everyday people, man. Everyday people have a story to tell. They experience and they witness something in their lives, you know. And they witness something that you might consider to be so horrific, but that was took place in order for them to have a story to tell so they can share with others. So as I stated, you don't have to fall in the pitfall. That's the whole purpose, you know, to uplift, empower, and improve. Like minds think alike. So like minds, it's time to build in 2021. Like as I stated, this is the year 5. This is the year for change. And out of that change, also use your experience in life to implement the change. Because if you go along to get along, or if you continue to go down the same old path and sing the same old song that hasn't brought you any substance, after a while, time will pass you by. You'll be left all alone on that lonely path to still sing that same old song while everybody else has moved on. Right? And, you know, and when people move, trust me, when people move on and you feel like they left you behind, it's hard to make a U-turn to come all the way back and get you. That take a special shepherd, a special kind of a herd or a shepherd to come back to get that lost sheep that's was left behind at the fact that they refused to listen. Because the majority, they gonna keep moving forward on their goal. Right. But that one shepherd will turn around and make an effort to go all the way back to check on you, to make sure you're all right and if you're ready to move on with the journey. Right. And he are you sure? But when the shepherd say, okay, well, here, you want to stay here, then that's it. And then after that point, it'll take God himself to come down and get you. So, you know, you do what you do. But, yeah, man, we keep rolling. Life is good because the sun's shining. As long as you can look outside and the sun is shining, you hear the birds chirping and things is moving around. That means you got another chance, another shot to dive on in and get what's yours. But thank you all for listening. I just had to get that quick Verbalpic Radio update service announcement. You know what I mean? We do it ourselves on here. And y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for EDP 2. And that's the sequel to EDP 1, Everyday People, the movie, which I continue to post on social media. And you can see that on YouTube, and I'll put it out there so you all can check it out. But at the bottom line is, we do what we do. And we keep rolling. Verbalpic Radio, we're out.